What if the ocean holds secrets that could change everything we know about our planet? Beneath the waves, incredible discoveries are waiting to be uncovered, some so strange they seem impossible. Here are 20 of the most unbelievable discoveries that reveal the true mysteries of the deep. Number 20. Basket Star Find. Off the coast of Singapore, fisherman Ali Han Boom made an incredible discovery while hauling in his catch. As he pulled his net from the depths, he found himself face to face with a creature that seemed to come straight out of a science fiction story. With long, delicate arms and a truly otherworldly appearance, the creature captured the attention of marine biologists and curious onlookers. Experts soon identified it as a basket star, a relative of the familiar starfish, but far more bizarre in shape and behavior. Basket stars can grow up to 3 feet in arm length, and some species can reach a total diameter of over 6 feet, making them one of the largest starfish relatives in the ocean. Despite their impressive size, little is known about their behaviors, as they are typically found in the deep ocean, anchored to rocks or other surfaces in the dark, cold waters. These creatures are often elusive, and their unusual shape makes them a fascinating subject for marine research. The discovery of this basket star only adds to the list of marine mysteries waiting to be explored beneath the waves. Number 19. Arctic Shark Discovery. In April 2018, the famous fisherman and TV personality Jeremy Wade embarked on a chilling expedition to the Arctic. Determined to uncover the mysteries hidden beneath the thick ice, Wade prepared for the difficult task of fishing in one of the coldest and most desolate places on Earth. The ice sheet, an impressive 3 feet thick, posed a serious challenge as they carved a hole and set a 1,600-foot-long net into the freezing waters below. Battling the brutal temperatures, the duo waited for any sign of movement in the icy depths. Their patience paid off when they felt a heavy pull on the net. As they hauled it in, they could see something enormous struggling within. To their astonishment, they had caught a rare Greenland shark. These sharks are known to thrive in the deep, cold Arctic waters, but the specimen they caught was particularly impressive. It was a giant, measuring 8 feet long and weighing about 700 pounds. However, the excitement quickly turned to concern as they saw that the shark was badly injured. Likely harmed by the harsh conditions and thick ice, the shark's injuries proved fatal despite their best efforts to return it safely to the water. This encounter highlighted the tough survival challenges faced by creatures in the extreme conditions of the Arctic. Number 18. Mythical Lobsters. In Maine's coastal waters, 2 fishermen found themselves with a pair of lobsters unlike any seen before. These lobsters, captured by Jeff Edward and Jacob Knowles, were born with a genetic anomaly called chimerism, giving them a one-of-a-kind appearance. Edward's catch featured a lobster with a remarkable half-blue, half-crimson shell split neatly down the middle, creating a striking visual effect that almost looked artificial. Not to be outdone, Knowles reeled in a lobster that displayed a breathtaking blend of blue and green hues. This rare color combination is almost never seen in nature. To make this discovery even more unusual, Knowles's lobster was a hermaphrodite, meaning it had both male and female reproductive organs. Experts at the Gulf of Maine Research Institute explained that the unique appearance of these lobsters was due to chimerism, a condition where 2 embryos merge early on, creating an individual with 2 sets of DNA. This results in uneven pigment distribution, which causes the lobster's unusual coloring. Finding a lobster with this genetic trait is an incredibly rare event, with the odds of discovering such a creature estimated at around 1 in 50 million. The rare colorations of these lobsters combined with their genetic uniqueness made them a stunning and remarkable find, one that shocked the fishing community and reminded everyone of the many mysteries the ocean still holds. Number 17. Fish in the Desert. In December 2023, a TikTok video went viral, leaving viewers in awe as they watched an armored catfish, a species typically native to South America, moving across the vast sand dunes of Lençóis Maranhenses National Park in northeastern Brazil. The sight of this fish navigating such a dry, arid landscape raised many questions about how it had adapted to survive in the harsh desert environment. Known for the bony armor covering its body, the armored catfish seemed unfazed by the severe desert conditions it was encountering. Experts believe that these fish have developed the ability to cross the desert to find the seasonal lagoons formed during the rainy months, which are essential for their survival. The park is famous for its expansive sand dunes and freshwater lagoons that only appear when the rains arrive, usually from January to June. As the dry season sets in, these lagoons begin to dry up, forcing the armored catfish to embark on a challenging journey to find new sources of water. This remarkable survival tactic highlights the adaptability of these fish who can thrive even in seemingly impossible environments. Number 16. Bioluminescent fish. In the warm tropical oceans of the world, there are small yet extraordinary fish that light up the dark depths. Known as flashlight fish, these creatures rarely grow larger than 13.8 inches, but have an incredible adaptation that makes them stand out. Their secret lies in special organs under their eyes filled with bioluminescent bacteria. These bacteria produce a constant blue glow which the fish use to their advantage, helping them catch prey and ward off potential threats. The bioluminescence is visible only in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean, often at depths of up to 3,300 feet. Here, the glowing organs create a mesmerizing spectacle against the dark backdrop. During daylight hours, the flashlight fish retreat to the depths, using their glowing organs to attract small creatures like crustaceans, which they feed on. This eerie blue light also confuses predators, making it harder for them to target the fish. The flashlight fish also have the remarkable ability to control the brightness of their glow. They can turn the light on or off at will, which may help them communicate with each other, warn of danger, or even attract mates. This fascinating ability is a perfect example of nature's ingenuity. Number 15. Vampire-like fish. While fishing in the warm waters of the Mexican Caribbean, a group of fishermen were stunned by a strange catch that seemed right out of a gothic horror story. The fishermen had snagged a toothed triggerfish, a species known for its sharp beak-like teeth. However, this particular fish had a set of teeth that resembled vampire fangs, giving it a truly bloodthirsty look. With its menacing outward-pointing fangs and deep red coloration, the fish appeared to have just finished feeding on its prey, creating a chilling sight for the seasoned fishermen. Toothed triggerfish are known for their aggressive behavior and powerful jaws, which they use to break through the tough shells of crustaceans and mollusks. Their unique dental arrangement allows them to hold and crush their prey with remarkable efficiency, making them effective hunters in the wild. The appearance of this vampire-like fish left the fishermen in awe of nature's ability to craft such bizarre and intimidating creatures, each more fascinating than the last. Number 14. Dragon King Fish Discovery. In the bustling market of Taoyuan County, Taiwan, a strange fish caught the attention of locals and visitors alike. The creature, which had been dubbed the Dragon King fish by the curious onlookers, was identified by experts as the armored sea robin. This fish, typically found in deep waters ranging from 984 to 1,600 feet beneath the ocean surface, is an exceedingly rare sight at the market. The last known appearances of this species had been recorded back in 2012 and 2013, making its reappearance a surprising event that sparked excitement in the community. The armored sea robin is known for its distinctive appearance, featuring bony, armor-like scales that give it a fierce look. Despite its intriguing appearance, the fish is not particularly valuable for fishermen due to its low meat yield. Experts suspect that the fish's presence at the market may have been the result of bottom trawling, a controversial fishing method that drags large nets along the ocean floor. While bottom trawling can be damaging to ecosystems, it may have brought this deep-sea creature to the surface, much to the surprise of everyone at the market. The armored sea robin's rare appearance reminded everyone of the mysteries lurking in the deep sea, far from the reach of everyday fishermen. Number 13. Giant Pearl Discovery. In 2006, a Filipino fisherman's life was changed forever when he uncovered a hidden treasure in the waters of the Palawan Sea. While sheltering from an approaching storm near the island, the fisherman noticed an unusual weight attached to his boat's anchor. Curious, he dove into the water to investigate and found a giant clam with a pearl of extraordinary size resting inside. Unaware of its incredible value, he kept the pearl hidden under his bed for the next 10 years. It wasn't until a fire forced him to relocate in 2016 that he decided to turn the treasure over to the local tourism office. The staff at the office were amazed by what they saw. This enormous pearl was 2.2 feet long, 1 foot wide, and weighed an astonishing 75 pounds. It shattered all previous records for size and weight. Experts estimated that the pearl was around 600 years old, having formed slowly inside the clam over many centuries. Its value was estimated to exceed $100 million, making it one of the most expensive pearls ever discovered. The fisherman's humble find captured the imagination of people around the world, becoming a symbol of the rare treasures the ocean holds. Number 12. Two-headed catfish. In April 2020, fishermen in Southeast Asia made a truly bizarre discovery when they caught a catfish with a surprising anomaly. This fish had 2 fully formed heads, one on each side of its body, a feature that left everyone astounded. Word quickly spread, and soon social media was buzzing with images of this unusual catch. The catfish appeared as though it had 2 distinct Siamese twin-like heads. Each had its own set of eyes, mouth, and gills. This condition is known as polycephaly and happens when an embryo begins to split into twins but doesn't fully separate. While animals with this condition typically don't survive long after birth, this double-headed catfish defied expectations. Its survival, despite its unusual anatomy, shows just how resilient and adaptable nature can be. This rare find has captured the attention of scientists and geneticists who are eager to learn more, about how such an extraordinary creature developed and managed to thrive. The continued interest in this fish shows that even in nature's oddities, there's always something fascinating to discover. Number 11. Ghostly shark sighting. In the deep, dark waters off the coast of Indonesia, a group of fishermen had an encounter that could have come straight out of a horror story. As they pulled in their nets, they came across a strange and eerie shark, one that seemed almost otherworldly. The creature had large, googly eyes and a peculiar elongated snout, giving it a ghostly appearance that sent shivers down their spines. This ghost shark, which measured about 3 feet long, stood out from any species the fishermen had ever seen. With its translucent skin and haunting, unblinking eyes, the shark gave off an almost supernatural aura, leaving the fishermen both fascinated and unsettled. Upon closer examination, they discovered that the shark had a set of retractable jaws filled with needle-like teeth capable of extending outward to capture its prey. This unique feature, along with its ghostly look, made the fish even more captivating. As news of the catch spread, marine biologists and shark experts rushed to study the ghost shark, which is also known as a chimera. These deep-sea creatures have been around for millions of years, yet much about their behavior and biology remains a mystery, adding to their allure in the scientific community. Number 10. Colossal squid discovery. In 2007, a crew working in Antarctica's Ross Sea made a rare and historical catch that would captivate the scientific community. As they pulled in their nets, they were stunned to discover a colossal squid, the largest species of squid on the planet, tangled among their typical Antarctic toothfish haul. This elusive creature, known for its sheer size and mysterious nature, had never before been captured alive on camera. The team, led by Dr. Steve O'Shea, a marine biologist with decades of experience studying squid, carefully brought the giant aboard. The squid measured an astonishing 33 feet long and weighed roughly 1,100 pounds, making it a true giant of the deep. Colossal squids are known to inhabit the remote dark waters of the Southern Ocean, where they battle predators like sperm whales. Dr. O'Shea, who had dedicated much of his career to studying these creatures, expressed his awe. They are the most amazing animals on the planet. The capture of this colossal squid provided critical scientific insights into the species, and its discovery sparked a newfound public interest in the mysteries of the deep ocean, shedding light on the wonders that lie beneath the surface. Number 9. The lamprey encounter. On a fishing trip to Lake Champlain in New York, Eric Asinski and his son were expecting a peaceful day of catching trout. However, their trip quickly took a surprising turn when they reeled in an unsettling creature that looked like it belonged in a horror movie. Instead of the expected trout, they found themselves staring at a strange eel-like creature known as a lamprey. Measuring about 1.6 feet long, the lamprey's grotesque appearance shocked both anglers. Lampreys are an ancient species of jawless fish that have been around for more than 360 million years. They are infamous for their round, sucker-like mouths filled with rows of sharp teeth. These parasitic fish latch onto other fish, using their teeth to rasp away at their host's flesh and drink their blood. Upon closer inspection, Asinski noticed the lamprey's mouth was unnervingly large and packed with teeth, and its slimy, mottled skin made it look even more menacing. This disturbing encounter with a creature from deep history left the father and son duo with an unforgettable story to tell. Number 8. The cocaine catch. 2 fishermen from South Carolina were on a routine trolling trip in search of mahi-mahi when they reeled in something far beyond their expectations. Instead of their usual catch, their nets hauled up numerous bricks of pure uncut cocaine. As they pulled the bricks from the tangled mess of their lines, the enormity of their find began to dawn on them. Each brick weighed around a kilogram, worth thousands on the street, and the fishermen were suddenly in possession of a fortune in illegal drugs. Faced with a moral dilemma, the fishermen considered their options. They could keep the drugs, sell them, or dispose of them. However, the risks of getting involved in the cartel's operations or facing criminal charges weighed heavily on them. Ultimately, the fishermen chose the right course of action. They immediately sailed to the nearest Coast Guard station and turned over the illicit cargo, ensuring it never made it to the streets. Their decision to follow the law and report the discovery was a clear example of moral responsibility in the face of temptation. Number 7. Freddy Krueger fish. In December 2020, villagers in Krabi, Thailand, were faced with an eerie encounter when a local fisherman brought in a strange and unsettling fish. The fish, measuring about 20 inches in length, bore a haunting resemblance to Freddy Krueger, the villain from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Its wrinkled, gnarled body reminded many of the burned and disfigured appearance of Krueger's character. However, it was the fish's pair of black, pellet-shaped eyes that truly gave it an unsettling, soul-piercing look. The villagers were quick to speculate about the creature, with some believing it was a manifestation of evil that had emerged from the deep to haunt their community. Upon closer inspection, experts identified the fish as a type of stargazer. Stargazers are known for their strange appearance, particularly their venomous spines and unique behavior. These fish are ambush predators that bury themselves in the sand, waiting for unsuspecting prey to swim by before launching a surprise attack. Despite the fish's nightmarish look, stargazers are not uncommon in the underwater world, though their eerie appearance continues to fascinate those who encounter them. Number 6. Message in a bottle. In an age where communication happens instantly with a click of a button, the idea of sending a message in a bottle might seem outdated, even nostalgic. Yet, for one retired fisherman in France, a long-lost message in a bottle turned into an extraordinary moment of connection. In August 2021, Hubert Allard, a 71-year-old retired fisherman, was walking along the beach in Le Havre de Grace, France, when he stumbled upon a bottle that had been floating in the ocean for over 2 decades. Inside was a message written by Ben Lyons, an American elementary school student back in 1997, as part of a science project about ocean currents. Ben, along with his classmates in Sandwich, Massachusetts, had written letters, sealed them in bottles, and sent them off into the Atlantic to see where they would end up. Ben's bottle traveled over 3,300 miles before washing up on the French coast, and Hubert, moved by the note, decided to complete the survey and send it back. When Ben, now an adult, received word that one of his childhood bottles had been found, he was overwhelmed with joy. The decades-long journey of this simple science project bridged continents and reminded both men of the remarkable connections that can occur through the smallest of actions. Now it's time for today's topic. Off the coast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, a crew of 6 fishermen aboard the vessel Carson Blue experienced an encounter that defied logic and left marine scientists speechless. It was a clear morning in July 2024, and the crew, led by Captain Daniel Reeves, had set out to haul in a record tuna catch. The sea was calm, the radar clear, until their depth sonar began to register a massive moving object rising fast from the deep. Within seconds, the ocean around them erupted. A colossal shark, easily longer than their 50-foot vessel, exploded out of the water in a breach so powerful it sent waves crashing over the deck. The creature's open jaws revealed rows of jagged teeth, large enough to crush a small boat. The crew was thrown into chaos, scrambling as the beast crashed back into the sea, nearly capsizing them. When the waters settled, only silence remained, and a damaged hull bearing deep, fresh gouges. Marine biologists later reviewed the sonar footage and estimated the animal's size at nearly 70 feet, larger than any recorded great white. Experts believe it could be an unidentified deep ocean predator, one that may have been mistaken for extinct for millions of years. Number 5. Goblin shark discovery. In the coastal waters of Taiwan, a group of fishermen made a discovery that seemed straight out of a prehistoric era. While out fishing, they caught a goblin shark that stretched an impressive 15.5 feet long. Known as a living fossil, the goblin shark has been swimming in Earth's oceans for over 100 million years, surviving through countless changes to the planet's ecosystems. Its bizarre appearance with a long flattened snout and jaws that extend outward left the fishermen stunned and intrigued. What made this catch even more remarkable was that the shark was pregnant, carrying 6 pups inside her. Initially, the fishermen considered selling the catch to a local restaurant, but the Taiwan Ocean Museum recognized the shark's scientific value and intervened. The museum purchased the rare creature to ensure it would be preserved for further study. Goblin sharks are rarely seen by humans as they typically dwell at depths between 890 and 3,150 feet below the surface. As one of the last remaining members of an ancient lineage, the goblin shark offers a glimpse into the world of prehistoric marine life. Number 4. Creepy deep-sea fish. Off the coast of Krabi in Thailand, a fisherman's routine catch turned into a nightmare when he pulled up a fish that seemed to belong to a different world. The fish, measuring 16 inches long and weighing about 7 pounds, had a face that unsettled the fisherman. With large gaping jaws full of sharp teeth and eyes that seemed to pierce through anyone who looked at them, it was a sight that left the fisherman feeling disturbed. As word spread through the nearby village, locals gathered at the beach to see the strange creature for themselves. Some gasped in disbelief, others whispered prayers, convinced the fisherman had caught something supernatural. A few elders claimed they had seen a similar fish decades ago, just before a devastating storm struck the coast. The air grew heavy with unease as villagers debated what to do with the body, fearing it might bring bad luck if kept too long. When the local authorities arrived to investigate, they too were taken aback by the fish's eerie, human-like expression, which seemed almost sculpted by nature to provoke fear. That night, many villagers reported hearing strange sounds from the sea, distant splashes and low rumbles, deepening the mystery surrounding the creature's appearance. He believed the creature, with its eerie resemblance to a human face, was a bad omen. In his shock, the fisherman left the fish on the shore and hurried home, warning his family of impending misfortune. Experts later identified the fish as a stargazer, a species known for its bizarre appearance and venomous spines. Stargazers are predatory fish that bury themselves in the sand, waiting for prey to swim by before ambushing them. Despite this explanation, many villagers were not convinced and held on to their superstitions. Some believed the fish was a bad spirit, while others saw it as a warning from the sea gods, signaling that the community had angered them and needed to make peace. Number 3. Rocket wreckage. In November 2022, a Filipino fisherman's usual routine was disrupted by a surprising discovery on the shore. He stumbled upon strange metallic debris that would soon grab global attention and trigger an investigation by NASA. The debris, when examined by local authorities, was determined to be part of a Chinese Long March 5B rocket. At first, villagers thought the massive object was part of a downed aircraft or a shipwreck, given its scorched surface and heavy impact marks on the sand. Soon, videos began circulating online, showing the twisted metal fragments bearing Chinese markings, drawing the eyes of global media. Local officials rushed to secure the area, fearing possible fuel contamination or radiation. Eyewitnesses described hearing a loud boom earlier that day, followed by a streak of light racing across the sky, which they initially mistook for a meteor. Within hours, NASA and the Philippine Space Agency, PhilSA, had launched an inquiry into the incident. Satellite data later confirmed that the debris had fallen through the atmosphere at tremendous speed, narrowly missing nearby fishing boats. The impact area, just a few kilometers from a populated village, underscored how close the event came to becoming a disaster. This massive rocket had been launched in October to send the Mengtian module to space, a crucial part of China's space station. However, after completing its mission, the rocket stage had begun an uncontrolled re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, landing near the Philippines. The rocket debris, which was large and heavy, landed near the islands of Busuanga and Muro. This was the fourth instance of Chinese rocket parts returning to Earth uncontrolled, and it raised concerns over the safety risks posed by space debris. In 2020, similar debris had fallen dangerously close to a settlement in the Ivory Coast, highlighting the need for better space safety practices. The Philippine incident led NASA Administrator Bill Nelson to criticize China for its lack of transparency and irresponsible management of space debris. The event highlighted the importance of cooperation among spacefaring nations to ensure the safety of our planet. Number 2. The Amazon's giant arapaima. In the heart of Brazil's Amazon River, a lone fisherman had an unforgettable encounter with one of the river's most formidable creatures. While navigating the river in his kayak, armed only with a fishing rod, the fisherman hooked into something massive. What he had caught was a giant arapaima, a prehistoric fish known for its incredible size and strength. At first, he thought his line had snagged on a submerged log, but then the water erupted in a thunderous splash that nearly overturned his kayak. Locals watching from the riverbank shouted in awe as the enormous fish surfaced, its metallic green scales glinting like armor under the tropical sun. Each pull of the line sent waves crashing against the small boat, and the fisherman's arms trembled under the sheer force of the beast. Several times, the arapaima dove deep, dragging the kayak along like a toy caught in a current. Sweat poured down his face as he tightened his grip, refusing to surrender his catch. The river seemed to come alive around them, birds scattered, and smaller fish darted away in panic, as if aware of the epic struggle unfolding in their midst. This enormous fish measured 8.2 feet in length and weighed a staggering 286 pounds, making it a true giant of the river. The battle between the fisherman and the arapaima was nothing short of epic. With its powerful, muscular body and tough armor-like scales, the fish put up a fierce fight. The fisherman struggled to keep his balance in the kayak as the arapaima thrashed violently, nearly capsizing him on several occasions. For hours, the two were locked in a tense tug-of-war, with neither willing to give in. As the struggle continued, the fisherman's arms burned from the exertion, but he refused to let go. Finally, after an exhausting ordeal, the fisherman managed to haul the giant arapaima into his kayak, marveling at the size and power of the fish. This incredible catch remains one of the most memorable experiences of his fishing career. Number 1. Giant goldfish. When Andy Hackett, an experienced angler, cast his line into a fishing pond in Champagne, France, he had no idea he was about to hook a fish of extraordinary size. After battling the catch for 25 minutes, Hackett was left stunned by the giant goldfish he had reeled in. Known as the carrot, because of its striking orange color, this massive fish weighed 67.5 pounds and stretched more than 4 feet long. Witnesses at the Blue Water Lakes fishery described the moment as surreal. The bright orange flash beneath the water's surface looked almost like a molten glow in the sunlight. Hackett recalled feeling his rod bend violently, at first thinking he had hooked a carp before realizing the enormous, fiery-colored creature attached to his line. The fish's scales shimmered like copper, and as it broke the surface, gasps erupted from everyone on the dock. Even the seasoned fishing guides at the lake admitted they had never seen the carrot up close before, despite years of sightings and stories. Photos of Hackett holding the vibrant giant quickly went viral online, with anglers around the world astonished by the fish's size and beauty. It's one of the largest goldfish ever discovered. The carrot had lived in the pond for over 20 years, having been released there as a fry. Over time, it had grown to an unimaginable size thanks to the resources and space available in the pond. Although the farm was aware of the fish, it wasn't until Hackett's extraordinary catch that anyone was able to reel it in. Despite its massive size, the goldfish is a member of the carp family, and in a large environment, goldfish can grow far beyond the size expected of typical ornamental pets. After posing with his unbelievable find, Hackett made the rare decision to release the giant fish back into the pond. By doing so, he gave future anglers the chance to try their luck with the carrot, which will surely remain a legend in the fishing world for years to come. Which of these sea creatures would you least want to encounter while swimming? Let us know in the comments below. See you next time.